Alright, kick off another one of our Spotlight series. Again, the point of these are to identify some stocks that I've done a little bit of technical analysis with, and these are in good position to where I would look at buying real soon. Alright, so start with my disclaimer as always. Trading stocks is risky. You will lose money, so just go ahead and plan for that. All information contained within this PowerPoint is my own, and I encourage you to do your own research. Alright, so what we're looking at today is ticker SLB. This is Schlumberger. Alright, so what do? Right, they're an oil field services company. They have employees around the world in 120 different countries. The last close for the stock was $38.97. We can see right around here that we're looking, between a $42, $61 target price over the next year, with most analysts looking at a $48, $45 being the target price in the next 12 months. So if you were to buy it and hold it for that long and it hit that price, you'd make 24%, which is not too bad. All of the analysts that are majority of the analysts got this as a strong buy rating. We can see the EPS surprises is around a plus 25% average around here, so that's pretty good. They're meeting and exceeding earnings. 5-year growth estimates 36%, so it's a company that is growing. I pulled out this profitability chart here, and again, all these figures and numbers I get off of Stock Rovers, one of the websites I use to kind of figure out what I want to buy and sell. I like it, anyway, we can see how this stock compares against the industry it's in, and then how this stock compares against the S&P 500. So quality score here is doing better than the industry, not quite as good as S&P, pretty close. Gross margin, a little bit laggard there, way behind the S&P. Operating margin, they have more money to operate with than their industry counterparts on average, just a little bit behind the S&P. Then let's see another big. Oh, there's a big one. Net margin. They're way ahead of their industry, almost up to par with the S&P. And then I like to look at the ratings versus peers, just to give me an idea how this company is doing versus its competition. Nothing really to write home about right here. Right, these are average, below average numbers. So maybe you get down here momentum rating. The momentum rating looks pretty good. So that's not too bad. All right, let's move on. Take a look at the chart. And again, I include that fundamental analysis just to kind of give you an idea of what these stocks are doing or what they do. I'm not really a fundamental trader, so I don't lean heavily on that. I lean more on the technical analysis. That just gives you kind of a backbone background on the company. All right, so here we are. Here's Schlumberger. Here's what I'm looking at. All right, so again, like I talked about in previous videos, I'm starting to look more at where it is in relation to the EMA. So we can see today it opened basically right at the moving average and then shot up. So that's looking pretty good. I can see this fan right here is really what I'm looking at to see, okay, last week was not a great week in the market. So it was kind of trading sideways, never really dipped below this line. Today, opened below the line. Okay, so that would give you a little cause for concern. But then it shot up. So tomorrow, I'm going to look when it opens. If it opens above this line, and and I'll wait for probably the first 20 minutes or so. But if it opens above this line and it's moving in a positive direction, I'm gonna buy in. Okay? I'm gonna buy in, and then just to look. So let's say if it were to open, we'll say it opens like here. It moves up to about here, maybe. Yeah, we'll just say right here, right? I'll buy in. Then let's talk about where I might want to do my stops and limits. So I always set my stop first. All right, so if I look back, this data set is not really usable, right? We can kind of see that's going to be about where I buy in at ish. So it's not really usable. So then I'll drop down to this data set. I don't want to go all the way down to here. I'm not really interested in that. You could look at that. Usually though, what that's going to be is you're going to be holding this thing for a little bit longer. The more percentage of what you're trying to make off of it. So I'm going to go to this data set here. I'm probably really focused here. We'll see what happens. So I'm looking at where it kind of touches 3 green bodies. Alright, so right there is about where I'd want to be. So it's at 36.52. Move this right up to 36. Well, we could even do this. Makes it easier. 36.52. Okay. And then we got 341. So 41. So if I were to get in at 38.93, that's what this would kind of look like. And that'd give me an 8.76% room for gain. And usually what I've been doing is moving these to right around the next earnings statement. So this is about a month's worth. Who knows? Maybe it hits it, maybe it doesn't. The good news story on this one is if it were to open here and continue upward, there's not a whole lot of resistance, areas of resistance between here. One of the reasons I like using these Fibonacci lines with the fans is sometimes when the fans are kind of spread out like this, like if the fans are acting as resistance, that downward resistance and pushing the stocks down, when they're spread out like this, there's a big gap here. But what happens oftentimes, these Fibonacci lines will also act like resistance. So if it comes, it opens up and it hits this line and it breaks through, we can see this past about 2 weeks of trading here. That's kind of what's been happening. If it pops through here, it's most likely you're going to hit your limit and make your money. It's possible it falls back down. That could happen. And the bad news story is if it breaks through here and breaks through this fib line, like there's no more resistance. You're barring something crazy, you're probably gonna lose your money. So might be a little bit risky. I think it's a good one to be looking at, to get into, only if it opens above this line here. Above this line tomorrow, yeah, I'm buying in. All right, good luck.